Hello, hello. Good evening for those in Europe. Good afternoon for those in America. Welcome to this second match of the evening in the Super Mario Kart Time Trial 1 Try Tournament. This is the bronze final between IdeasXO and MeridianPrime. Earlier this evening we had the gold final between myself, Goomba and L, who beat me just slightly with 9-7. And we're going to see if this will be an old Dutch podium or a predominantly Mario Kart Double Dash podium. Double Dash royalty and IdeasXO, so coming from the Mario Kart Double Dash community, improving greatly in this tournament. Looking at the stats for this match, it looks quite one-sided. MeridianPrime has the time of these two players on all the track, but IdeasXO is very well capable of profiting from mistakes MeridianPrime could make. He was able to beat two of my times in our semi-final, so she could very well get some points here. We're off with the GV1 track that required a lot of precision to be able to put down a good time. Both players driving with the heavyweight, known for their high top speed. Both taking relatively safe line and well away from the wall. MeridianPrime going into the third lap with a slight lead. But IdeasXO staying well within the one mistake range. MeridianPrime entering the final lap now, so is Ideas. Keeping it clean. Getting a bit tighter on the lines, but still very nice. 108.81 is a very nice time. His previous best in tournament record was 108.89, so he actually beat his tournament record. Ideas coming in with a 110.30, which is also not a time sneeze at. IdeasXO gets to pick the next track. Mario Circuit 2. Mario Circuit 2 with a best time of 1:22.90 something, driven by Goomba in the previous race. Doubt any of these players will go for any last corner boosts, be it regular super boost or actual long boost. Looks like MeridianPrime goes for regular boost. Doesn't utilize them completely by cutting out the sandy part. He is hitting a bit of sand by cutting the last corner. MeridianPrime keeping it nice and tight, driving very well. He is taking a bit safer line in his last corner this lap, not wanting to make another mistake. Prime entering the last lap now. Well ahead of Ideas XO. It's probably another point for him. Very respectable 122.54. Gets with a 128.07. Another point from MeridianPrime. Actually set a tournament best for himself. Best time so far was a 123.10. Diaz gets to pick the next track. Seems to be going for Koopa Beach 1. Her best time is well within the mistake range. So if MeridianPrime were to take a dip, Carol's Corner for example, this could very well be the track where Ideas gets her first point. Ideas going for Toad in this race, going for a bit more control of the outright speed of the heavyweight. MeridianPrime missing the zoom start already to let go of quite a few. MeridianPrime taking some risky lines, hoping to make up some time. Jumping over the dark water spot. They're slowing down a bit. They're neck and neck now. Could very well be Ideas picks first point. MeridianPrime taking a slight lead. Risk taking is paying off for him now. He is slightly ahead. Finishing the last corner in a 106.44 and a 109.37 for ID. Both very respectable times. He seems to have PR'd actually on this track. This is an accomplishment in and of itself. Had MeridianPrime not missed the zoom start, he could have very well driven the tournament record with a 103, 102 maybe. He seems to have chosen Rainbow Road as the next track. The track where MeridianPrime's greater experience really pays off. Able to keep very tight line around the corner in relatively large weight. Ooh, and Ideas XO falls off the track. One of the most difficult corners of the track. Can't completely take it as one. You need to correct a bit in the middle. And then when you lose all speed, it's very hard to get back, stay on the track. Not driving full speed has very different handling than driving actually full speed. He actually won this track against me in our semi-final match, where I made so many mistakes, and a mistake from MeridianPrime. He actually managed to beat me with a 1:57 if I remember correctly. MeridianPrime entering the last lap now. Probably somewhere in the low 40s. ESXO entering the last lap. Oh, and MeridianPrime falling off again. Nearly at finish. I doubt he'll lose this. 1:46.86 for MeridianPrime. 1:52 for IDSXO. Seems like to be a PR. Not quite a PR, but top 5 time is always nice to have in a tournament. That is indeed the sentiment that's been going around in this tournament. Every Division 2 player has been moving a lot in throughout this tournament. Very nice to see, especially from the newer players. And he is going for a slightly easier track this time. The Plains 1. The last corner is the most tricky one. Loose sand easily spins you out. You a lot of time. Certainly not easy at the tight line around there. MeridianPrime slightly ahead now. Getting actually a boost through the last corner, which surprised me. Yes, falling somewhat behind now. He is now entering the last lap. MeridianPrime always halfway there now. 1:22.20 for MeridianPrime. That's a very nice time. 1:29.07 for Ideas. Going to Chocolate Island 2 now. Bit more technical track. And the main challenge is actually staying on the road on the narrow bit towards the lake, losing as little time as you can crossing the lake. Neither of these players will be using NBT, so they will slow down a lot on the lake. So minimizing that is key. Ooh, MeridianPrime with heavy chocolate and wall hit, giving the lead to IDSXO, who again has chosen toe. Very safe pick. Go for extra drivability. MeridianPrime closing in now slightly. IDSXO is still ahead. MeridianPrime with a slight slowdown again. Entering lap 4 now. Oh, Idea's catching a bit of heavy chocolate. Slowing down a bit. MeridianPrime catching up now, both at the end of the lake. Neck and neck into the last lap. He is keeping it just on the right track. MeridianPrime seems to have taken a slight lead now. And it's actually a win for Ideas. 122.44 against the 122.62 for MeridianPrime. Actually very nice. And with a very large PR cut to boot. Now MeridianPrime gets to pick a track. I don't know if he actually prepared a track list to play. After this track, Fire Waster might want to look away for a while. Lunar Plains 3 was a very difficult track, even for experienced players. MeridianPrime has the tournament record on this track with a 131 flat. The most difficult bit of this track is the hairpin after the broken. Be very precise in your inputs, get it right. MeridianPrime takes a slight slowdown while Ideas goes for the more high-level strat of actually hopping into a drift. He is also cutting through the grass, losing quite a bit of speed, nearly falling in the water. MeridianPrime again boosting all over the place. It's coming from I have no idea. MeridianPrime slowing down quite a bit after the broken bridge going through the grass. He is actually going quite smoothly through the asset. MeridianPrime entering the last lap now. And as he hits a gopher or makes a big mistake, this will be hit. 133.21 for MeridianPrime, which is a very decent contract time. And a 141.66 for Ideas. Who the most tournament records has, I do not know. I could count them up. Actually, MeridianPrime has 7 tournament records. I have 6. Goomba has a few. Correction, I have 8 tournament records. Goomba has 4 so far, and MeridianPrime has 7. On to Mario Circuit 3. Track that rewards sideline, extra driving. Again, a track that suits MeridianPrime's his previous experience in this game. A bit of muscle memory kicking in allows him to take quite a big lead left. And he is trying to keep clean, staying much to the middle of the track as possible. Ooh, and idea is having to do a U-turn of shame here in the hairpin. Troubles in the last corner, slowing down quite a bit. Prime on his way enter the last lap. He actually might let ideas on this track. Going for the swag jump. MeridianPrime coming in with a 1:38.34. Just almost 3 seconds off the tournament record of a 1:35. The idea is coming in with a 1:53. Her previous best is a 1:48. Diaz gets to pick the next track. Both players were allowed to ban a track for this map. Ideas XO banned MC2, MeridianPrime banned 1. Diaz switching to Toad again. Probably going to see Cooper Beach too. Yes, we are. And a track where precision is required. Water section has some dark patches which will drown you. The vast amounts of seaweed can slow you down quite a bit in the last corner, very narrow passage. He is so far staying in the one mistake range, trying to stay out of trouble. Ooh, and Ideas getting hit by a fish and bouncing into the dark water. Ooh, again, getting hit by a fish. The fish RNG is not on her side. Ooh, and MeridianPrime with a wall hit. And a drown. I doubt he'll lose it. He's also getting quite a bit closer now, thanks to the mistakes MeridianPrime. MeridianPrime going for the shortest possible finish. And coming in with a 1:18.76 and a 1:24.49 for Ideas. MeridianPrime on 8 match points now. Fire away straight through. If you're listening, you can come back now. And he is going for Vanilla Lake 1. Probably hoping that her driving with Toad will help her in the case MeridianPrime makes a mistake, goes down and has to get all back up to speed again. And MeridianPrime getting slowed down by the ice blocks quite a bit. Missing the last ice block, so that'll going down in the following lap. Players are really close now. Prime hitting pretty much everything on the track now. Still slightly ahead. Idea is slowly. She stopped by an ice block. And Prime hitting wall of pipe again. Getting slowed down by some water. Again the pipe and the wall. And Ideas XO goes into the final lap in first place. They're both hitting, and this is a second point for Ideas XO. A 1:14.36 and a 1:17.62 for Meridian. Very well done. I suspect MeridianPrime will use a that requires a lot of skill to get that 9th point he needs in order to become third in this Division 2 time trial tournament. I suspect we'll see something like Ghost Valley 3 in Lake 2 actually. Interesting. Getting right back on the horse. MeridianPrime with the spin, giving Ideas XO a slight head start. So interesting strats, but they seem to be paying off. Oh, gets caught up in the ice blocks as well as MeridianPrime. Prime taking the lead, avoiding the ice blocks in the last corner. MeridianPrime taking a dip in the water, gifting the lead back to Ideas XO. Again, MeridianPrime takes a dip in the water. DSXO is going into the final lap as the leader again. This is exciting stuff. MeridianPrime going for the extra shortcuts, but it won't matter because IDSXO wins with a 123.81. Like I said at the beginning, IDSXO is very well capable of taking points from more experienced players who make mistakes. This is a perfect example. MeridianPrime gets to pick the next track again. For Bowser Castle 3, it seems. He's switching back to Bowser, going for that higher top speed. We'll see on whose side the Swamp Gods are this evening. There was Helgurant on my side. Ooh, ID is getting an early mistake, hitting the wall. He is getting caught up behind the wall again. Clearly, MeridianPrime chose this track to make full use of his experience on this track and in this game. Ideas has all kinds of trouble, even though MeridianPrime also makes a mistake there. MeridianPrime going for the manual hops on the bumpers, the risky strategy. DSXO making a nice pass through the only gap in the swamp wall. We stopped by another swamp. MeridianPrime having to take a wide line beyond the swamp wall. MeridianPrime going into the last lap now. And he is on our way to finishing their fourth lap. Again, MeridianPrime boosting. And this is the bronze medal for MeridianPrime. Meanwhile, ESXO still have some troubles with the front wall. See if we can get these players in the voice chat. So that's a 9-3 win for MeridianPrime, starting this in this tournament, making it an all Dutch. Oh yeah.
Hello.
Hello, hello. How are you?
Pretty good.
Congratulations, you were not the favorite, but you won some amazing races.
Yeah.
The CI2 was very close.
Hi,
We
Marie.
have Meridian here as well. Congratulations, man.
Yeah. It was a journey indeed at the end. Oh my.
Yeah, you had some troubles on the ice.
She did very well on CI2, I believe that starts, and then indeed Vanilla Lake 1 that backfired on all blocks I could count. And then I was like, I'm not gonna give up on against ice, so I'd say, alright, let's do Vanilla Lake 2. And the book, but simply jumping around the corner was too hard. So yeah, Donkey was a wet donkey. And then I was like, okay, on my last one, I'm gonna do like, okay, let's make this journey long and enjoyable. So Bowser Castle 3.
Which also wasn't very mistake-free.
Not the slightest, no. I tried to jump over the power bars, but yeah, the Troms were not enjoying that, so they stopped me in my tracks multiple times.
Yeah, and CI2 was very exciting. You were, I think, a few tenths off each other. Elias was actually catching up in the last lap.
Yeah, I thought I was like, okay, go straight. There's the opening, and bam, straight against the wall. And I was like, okay, let's just do the island jump, and that worked. Managed to do like the fastest lap out of the 5 with still a mistake. But then I saw Idea's time. I was like, oh, without that mistake, I might have gotten this one. But yeah, by far I didn't throw anything. It was tough luck. I got a fish against me, I think, on Koopa Beach. Too many blocks against me in Vanilla Lake 2. And I have to say, you have improved. On many tracks, I was like, okay, I win, but you were not close or not far behind me. So
Yeah.
GG on that.
Thank you.
Yeah, very well done. That's I've experienced myself. You can definitely take advantage of mistakes more experienced players make, and it's been awesome to see new people grow in this tournament.
Oh yes, indeed, and I would very much hope that we meet again next time.
Yeah, of course.
Ideas, how was your overall experience in this tournament?
It was a lot of fun, definitely. Like, I very much enjoy doing like tournaments, even when like I'm not that great at the game. I definitely like seeing myself improve and seeing how far I can take it.
As you impressed everybody, I think. That's definitely something worth to be proud of.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I saw your match as well, Shores. Also, congrats on your silver place.
Thanks.
You had to pick up the pace to keep up at some point, but you you fought back eventually, and it was extremely close at the very end.
Yeah, but I've made some silly mistakes I usually never make. Then again, Goomba drove very well at some times on MC1.
He was insane. He was doing crazy.
Yeah.
But I did a pipe jump on MC3 just for you.
I saw, thanks. So, do you guys have any closing thoughts?
Hopefully next time some more participants. My bracket was, no offense, but fairly easy. Got me really off guard when I played against Goomba. He literally kicked my butt. And then for the third place, again, I really hope that more participants would come in all skill levels, so we can have like 1, 2, and 3 divisions. I think you, me, and Mike felt really short in Division 1, but really overpowered in Division 2. So with more participants, we could have like a more fair split amongst participants. So that's my thought that would happen next time.
Great. Ideas, do you have any closing remarks?
Not much. I mean, GG's to Meridian. I was really surprised. I even surprised myself with some of the wins I got. I did not expect that. I like popped off a little when I saw like I won, and I was like, oh yay, I did it.
Oh yes, like I said before the match, I said to myself, I'm not going to give her points, I want her to take the points. And I have to say, you surely did. Especially on CI2, I made a small mistake and in lap 1, and that was already enough. And Vanilla Lake, that's like anybody's game.
Yeah, I dislike the Vanilla Lakes. I mean, I'm sure everyone does, but when I started like improving with Toad, and it felt really nice when I was like actively winning the ice cubes.
Yeah, switching characters is a very viable pick for beginner players. It was a hot topic in the match between Short and Mike as well. I heard Carol and Sarga talk about it as well, whether to pick Toad or like Yoshi or Peach, or sometimes even Mario on Bowser Castles. I was like, I'm just gonna pick with Donkey. If I ever gonna improve, I just need to handle this, and I just did. I'm not gonna switch characters, and eventually you'll come to the same conclusion too, that you pat Toad on the head and thanks for all your troubles. But I'm gonna stick with Donkey.
Well, her choice of Toad is what won her CI2.
Yes.
So
yes, indeed.
But I agree that in the long run, most people will grow into it's really, you need to pick the character which is best at that time.
The most definitely. Even during tournaments and some championship, people will change characters often. It's not often seen on stream, but they do. They do switch. Even in GP, especially in 150cc, they pick Mario or Luigi quite often because of the tight corners. They just feel more comfortable having a high chance of success. So don't feel ashamed in picking Toad at all. It's a learning curve, and this game has come from a long road. of like what 25, 30 years almost.
Yeah.
So you'll get there, and I hope you do.
Yeah. I'll try.
Okay.
And thanks, George, for the commentary.
Yeah, you're welcome. So, if this is everything, we'll be saying goodbye to viewers. Thank you to SpeedGaming for helping us organize this, broadcasting it. Thanks to Lefungo for organizing it. Thank you too for playing tonight. It was a nice match. Guess we'll see everybody later.
Bye.
Cheers. Bye bye.
Bye.